PPF fam, this is Big Tone coming at you from Bigtoneproductions, Beats and Feasts. You know what time it is. It's time for another cooking video. And today we're going to do a quick, easy meal that everybody orders from the Chinese takeout place. Why would you do that when you can make it easily at home? And probably even better. So, today we're going to do beef and broccoli. We're going to do it in the power pressure cooker. And hey guys, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video. And hey, let's get started with some beef and broccoli. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to show you is the marinade. I like to marinate my meat to get some of that nice Asian flavor into the meat. With, even though the pressure cooker does a great job, but I like to marinate it, 3-4 hours, sometimes even overnight is the best. But I'm using a top sirloin here, cut from the store. You can use anything. A lot of people like to use flank steak. That's really popular with this particular dish, but I like the sirloin. It's much more tender than some of the other cuts. But make sure you wash off your meat. I've already done that. So I'm going to show you how I cut it up. So I'm going to take one of them here. I'm just going to cut it a little across so I got a little bit more, easier to work with. That's why I'm going to cut it across. We're just going to cut these into strips, about 1/4 inch wide. And if they're too long, just cut them in half. Like this one, a little long for me, so I'm just going to cut them in half. And we're just going to simply throw them in a bowl. And I'm going to cut up the other piece here, across the grain. So I've got about 5 of these pieces. I don't know if I'll use them all, but I'll definitely use probably 3.5 or maybe 4 of them. So just cut them up like that. Some of them are a little long. I might cut them in half, just like that. So I'm going to do the rest of them, and I'll show you what I do, how I make the marinade. For the marinade, as you can see, I got my meat all cut up here in a bowl. So for the marinade, I like to use all the Asian spices I'm going to use in the dish. So I got some sesame seed oil here, soy sauce. This is some fish sauce. You can get it at most Asian grocery stores, even the regular grocery stores now. Oyster sauce. You can get that at some grocery stores. I get mine usually at the Asian grocery store. And then I got some hoisin sauce. So, first of all, I'm going to just sprinkle it with a little bit of sesame seed oil. If you guys don't know, sesame seed oil goes a long way. So it only takes a little bit. Sometimes it can, if you add too much, it'll overpower a dish. Then I'm going to add my soy sauce. I'm going to use about 1/2 cup of soy sauce. There we go. And then I'm going to add some fish sauce to it. That's about 1.5 teaspoons maybe. Depends on how much meat you have. Some oyster sauce. If you guys don't know, these are made with real oysters, but you don't taste the oysters if you don't like them. I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons, maybe a tad bit more. Again, it depends on how much meat you have there to marinate. And then my hoisin sauce, which is a Korean barbecue based sauce, and it's got a sweet tangy flavor to it. Next part, you got to get your hands dirty. You got to get in here and mix this up with your hands. So just going to mix it up here, make sure everything gets incorporated. Now sometimes I will put some red pepper flakes in this, but today I'm not in the marinade. Alright, so we got everything nicely moistened, or mixed up in here I should say. And we're just going to simply cover this up. I'll probably use some aluminum foil, cover it up, and put it in the refrigerator for about 3-4 hours before I start cooking the rest of the meal. Now you can leave this overnight if you wish. That's actually much more flavor for you, but 3-4 hours usually does the trick. I just didn't have that much time today. So time to show you the supporting cast here. So of course we got our meat marinated there, as you can see. Sesame seed oil. I got 1 small onion cut up. This is 1 cup of brown sugar. This is real soy sauce. By real, I mean not light or low sodium. Fish sauce, hoisin sauce, oyster sauce, and I have a whole bag of broccoli florets. I'm not using fresh, I'm just using the bag. And then I also have some beef broth. I'm also going to be using a little bit of a cornstarch slurry to thicken the sauce up at the end. And you can see that in a number of my videos, and I'll talk about it later. But that's the supporting cast, guys. So let's get started putting this together. It's real simple. All right, so to start with, I'm going to start with a little bit of sesame seed oil here in the bottom of the pan. Just a little bit. As you know, a little bit of sesame seed oil goes a long way. And after that, we're going to add our beef that's been marinating for 3-4 hours. I'm just going to add that right to the pressure cooker. And we're going to sear this off. So it's going to take about 3-4 minutes to do that. On the sear mode on your pressure cooker, look at your instruction manual if you don't know how to do it. Typically you're just turning it on, letting it get hot without the lid, so it goes into sear mode and you're not adding pressure to it. Alright, so I'm going to sear those off, and I'm going to add my onion to it right now. There we go. Mix that up in there real good. The meat is browned up nicely here, and some of those juices are forming there in the pan. So now we're just going to add the rest of our ingredients. So first of all, I'm going to add 1 cup of brown sugar, about 2 cups of beef broth. Now, depending on the amount of beef that you have in here, sometimes, you know, if I have lesser amount, then I might add just maybe a cup. But that's 2 cups. And we're going to add a dash of fish sauce to it. Maybe a teaspoon. We're going to add about 1/2 cup of soy sauce. And this is going to be one of the recipes that you'll see me, and I won't put any pink Himalayan sea salt in here because all the soy sauce is plenty. And we're going to add a little bit of hoisin sauce there. It's about 1.5 teaspoons. And then we're going to add some oyster sauce. As you can tell, some of the same ingredients that we used in the marinade. Oyster sauce is about 1.5 teaspoons. And so we're going to just mix this up a little bit here. Make sure all the ingredients get incorporated. Alright, so I'm going to do this a little differently than I know some of you have seen on some of the other videos on YouTube. I'm going to start the pressure cooker, and I'm going to cook it for 6 minutes. So we're just going to lock it down there as always. Line up the little line with the arrow. And we're going to start this. My pressure cooker has a default of 15, so I'm going to hit meat chicken, increment it to high, and bring it down to 15. I'll be back in about 6 minutes and do a quick release. That just assures me that my meat is going to be nice and tender. It's been 6 minutes, and it smells so good. So there's my beef with all my liquids in there. So at this point, like I said earlier, I'm cheating a little bit. I'm using frozen vegetables, or frozen broccoli this time. I'm just going to pour all those in there. Now, frozen broccoli doesn't need very long to cook, 2-3 minutes. And we're going to put the lid back on, lock it back down again, and it's only going to take a couple minutes for the broccoli to cook. Alright, so we're going to line it back up like we always do. 15 minutes, but I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Broccoli will be nice and soft. It's been about 3 minutes. Broccoli is nice. You don't want it too soft, you don't want it too hard. I got mine just about where I want it at. Now you guys do have an option of, or you can do the broccoli in the microwave and steam it if you want to. I just prefer to do mine in here. Guys, I turned the pressure cooker back on, and I'm going to add a little bit of a cornstarch slurry. So you can see it bubbling there, so I'm going to thicken this up with a little bit of a cornstarch slurry here. You should see that to start to thicken up. If it needs a little bit more, I'll add some more, but it's looking pretty good there. I think I am going to add a little bit more to it, just to get it a little bit thicker. It's a little bit not quite where I want it. There we go. Now that should thicken up pretty good. Oh, you can feel it on the wooden utensil here. It's thickening up nicely. Alright guys, so I'm going to plate this up for you over some white rice. It's a quick, easy meal. Easy beef and broccoli in the power pressure cooker. Takes a matter of minutes. You guys should definitely try this, but you know what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that bite. Beef and broccoli in the power pressure cooker. And you know I'm waiting for that bite, so let me take a bite here. Oh man. I gotta take another one. That beef is so tender in this thing. Hey guys, you gotta try this. This is so easy. You just put the stuff in there and forget it. But hey, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video. Make sure you share the video, guys. And hey, this is Big Tone signing off. Peace.